Hi everyone! Today we are with Alma Seidel, that she is a professional certified coach. She works with executive and professionals between the health, science, and technology field to help them navigate through significant challenges and important life transitions. She also coaches caregivers and families who have lived the childhood cancer experience. Tell me a little bit about you.
Well, I'm Alma. I have different roles in this life. I'm a mother, I'm an engineer, I'm a professional coach, I'm a mother of a survivor, and I'm mother of a beautiful kid also.
What were the biggest emotional challenges you faced when your daughter was diagnosed with cancer?
The whole process was for me like a complete roller coaster. I mean, first to get the diagnosis, we had to go several times to the pediatrician to confirm that there was indeed something there to be checked. It was difficult from the beginning. I mean, I was feeling insecure and kind of like a bit lost. Then later, when we knew that it was indeed a tumor, there were doctors saying that it could be benign. So it was an up and down of emotions the whole time. Once they had to do the surgery, I was still breastfeeding my daughter because she was just a baby. And I mean, no one can sleep well with a baby, but I mean, adding the whole stress and the visits to the hospital. And so I developed serious sleeping problems and it lasted for years. I felt also serious, enormous amount of guilt because once we had the diagnosis and they told us the name of the tumor, I read and saw this word there, embryonal, and my head went crazy. I mean, it was like maybe because of something I did during the pregnancy, because of stress or something I ate or whatever. I mean, guilt was also like a big part of the things I had to process. So yeah, there was a lot of fear and anxiety and worry, lack of sleep and guilt.
How did coaching help you to process those emotions?
Well, yeah, coaching did help a lot. At first, I had to do some work with a couple of psychotherapists. I mean, I was lucky to have access to psychotherapy from the very beginning after the surgery and then the whole diagnosis and the whole process. I already had someone there to contact whenever I needed. I mean, that was great. I really valued that, but it was really hard for me. I couldn't make it work for me at the time because it was just too early for me. So then I stopped that. And once the whole treatment was completed, then we went together, the three of us, my husband, my daughter, and me. And we went again to psychotherapy. And that did help a lot also. I mean, it was just a better time for us. And then later, these years later, when I started to sleep well again and feeling better and all of that, at home here we started to talk about a new baby. And talking about it, I felt that I had to do a lot of work. Like it's still a lot of work. Like I didn't want it to be like a scared, worried mom the whole time. So then I went again to psychotherapy and they told me like your daughter is already fit and healthy and doing great. I mean, that's like in the past. Let's talk about something else. And then for me, it was like, I don't think that there's like an expiry date for this. Like, please, I mean, let me talk about it. Then years later, because of work, actually, in my professional life, so to speak, I went to a coach. Oh my God. I mean, it helped a lot. I was leading the way. What I would say is, I mean, psychotherapy is super, super, super important, and you have to do it when you feel it's the right time for that. If you still feel like there's something pending there, try something else. I mean, it's not just all psychotherapy. I mean, you can also try coaching or any other method or kind of therapy.
What is one key piece of advice that you want to share with parents to help them deal with guilt in a healthy way?
I don't think that's like a strategy or like a recipe. This is all about being honest with yourself and finding your own path, your own strengths, and your own answers, to understand your feelings and what you're letting you do. I mean, the permissions you give to yourself. For me, dealing with guilt, it has been a process of learning how to be more compassionate and learn how to stretch, so to speak, and cover with love all of those areas where I felt I wasn't worthy of love.
If you go back in time, what would you tell yourself at the beginning of your daughter's journey?
I don't really think that there is anything I could say. The Alma at the time, in those moments, she wasn't able to listen. I mean, the whole situation was just too much for me. So I guess if I could go back in time, I will just hug my younger self. I mean, just give her a hug and tell her that she's so loved and worthy of love, and that she will make it through and she will find a way. And I mean, it would be nice to show her also like a photo of the future, like from today, where we are all the four here at home happy. But I mean, that's impossible. So yeah, I mean, like a hug.
And thank you so much for this interview because like for a while I have been interviewing cancer survivors and cancer patients, but I know from a fact that for the family is not easy. And especially for the parents. So thank you for your experience because saying some of those things, I could imagine my mom's. It's a very big challenge for the whole family. So thank you for sharing, and I hope that this message is going to reach many parents that are dealing with this.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you a lot. Thank you for having me and let me share this experience with all of you. Thank you.